Hey, cousins. Listen, I figured let me go ahead and get this on out. Um, I did the work mentally and emotionally, so you don't have to, okay? I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened, and I ain't gonna give you nothing else, okay? Because I feel like after you listen to my not really review, you're gonna go listen to some other reviews, and it's gonna be a mixed bag. I'm pretty sure you're gonna get this was awesome tonight. You're gonna get this was absolutely terrible, and you're gonna get it was just there. Okay, Madison Square Garden in my hometown of New York, New York City. WWE Monday Night Raw for November 17th, 2025. Okay? Real quick, girl, what I got to do with wrestling is pumping. Like, watch, comment, and subscribe. If you can't do nothing else for your homegirl, make sure you go digging in my crates. Because a lot of the stuff y'all want me to talk about, I probably tapped on it already. Look out for a lot of new episodes going to be popping in. I don't want to say a specific time. Just know, have your notification on because I'm going to be working. The holidays is coming up and you're going to need entertainment. Are you not? Yes, you are. This is the last John Cena appearance on Raw forever. So this one meant a lot to Mr. Cena. And good for him. Like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I was a senior Cena super fan and I was going nuts and all of that because I was not. But I'm not that big of a hater. He looked like he enjoyed himself tonight. The audience was turned and ready for whatever he was going to give them. So let me tell you what happened. The show opens up with John Cena. He comes out. Everyone's saying thank you. They're having a good time. Whoop de whoop de whoop. Okay. And then Dominic Mysterio came out. He got booed really good. John Cena said, listen, I promised the folks here in New York, excuse me. He said, I promised the folks here in New York a match. So how about it? Me and you, let's just go ahead and mix it up real cute and do what we got to do. Dominic was like, we can mix it up real cute, but boo, we got to talk about what's on your waist, okay? You got the best of me last time. Next time, you're not going to get the best of me. You're going to do it in my turf. I want that at Survivor Series. John Cena was like, you want this at Survivor Series? Fine, you can have it. I don't even give a fuck for real. I don't give a fuck for real. But tonight is the main course. So what you going to do? Are you going to be on the menu? And Dominic said, yeah, we could go ahead and get it done. I don't even care. You know what I mean? We could go ahead and do what you want to do. And then this is when the Judgment Day came down of Penn Balor and JD McDonough. Okay? And Dominic Mysterio said, you're not going to get your final match on Raw, but what you're going to get is your ass beat. And they proceeded to jump on John Cena. I know. Let me have that. They proceeded to jump on John Cena. And then we get Sheamus and we got Rey Mysterio in the ring to help out John Cena. And that is your next match. John Cena, Sheamus, Rey Mysterio versus the Judgment Day in a 6-man tag team. Judgment Day is Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, and Penn Balor. Let me tell you something. Rey Mysterio, y'all keep talking about, oh, he's 50 years old, he moving like that. He's an athlete. Now, considering he has significant injuries and stuff like that, I'm glad he's moving like that. Either way, it was a feel-good moment. It made everyone feel great in Madison Square Garden. And John Cena, Sheamus, and Rey Mysterio got the pinfall. Okay? The match was just some good kooky fun. Nothing to really complain about. It was good fun. It don't even matter if it made sense. Why is Sheamus in the ring? Why is Rey? It don't matter. It was a good time and it was good fun for John Cena's last hurrah on Monday Night Raw. Okay? And as he was walking out, he looked at the camera. He said, that's it, y'all. Thank you very much. And moving right along, we got a video cap of Drew McIntyre joining the Vision. And he is on the War Games team on SmackDown this past Friday. Everyone is incensed, not really understanding what's going on. SmackDown this past Friday. Go back and listen to my Not Really review because I don't know what the fuck is going on. Moving right along, we see Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis, two of the most insignificant GMs at the moment, backstage, livid Aldis is like, I got rid of Drew McIntyre. This fat motherfucker going circumvent and put this motherfucker in the goddamn war games, and it's some bullshit. And what's the name? Anna Pierce was like, yeah, it couldn't be me, boo. Not on my show, because you know I got order over here. And Paul Heyman came up and said, hey girls, what you two talking about? What y'all got going on? He said, okay, well, whatever. I don't want to interrupt your little powwow, so here, I got the leather bound book, and inside is the next person that I chose to be on the War Games team with the Vision. Do with that what you will. I don't want to step on no toes, but if you thought Drew McIntyre was a doozy, the name in that motherfucking leather-bound folder is going to blow your socks off. They was like, give me the folder, bitch, and go ahead. Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce opened the folder slowly. Nick Aldis' shoulders fell right off of him. Them shoulders flopped. And Adam Pearce glasses, they fogged right up and popped right off his head. And they said, God the mighty. And that's when I knew it's Brock Lesnar. I kind of knew it. We all knew it. In the audience, Eric Andre, Ashley Cook, don't know who that is. Eric Andre is a staple of Adult Swim. So I know who he is because he's like this weird ass comic. Cooper DeJean, a wigger by the name of Cam Scatterbo, and Andrew Schultz. So while the United States went to commercial, us VPN girlies and guys, we got to see all of those guys, except for Eric Andre and Ashley Cook. They were in a segment. So Andrew Schultz stood up, and I want to give a round of applause to New York City because they gave Andrew Schultz absolutely nothing. Round of applause. He tried everything he could do to get some type of pop. Anyway, he introduced this Cam Scatterbo, who had gold grills in his mouth, and I said, oh, okay, he's one of those. So apparently he plays on some football team. I believe it's the Giants, but he had a Rangers jersey on. Okay, great. So Dominic Mysterio came out, pushed Andrew Schultz. Andrew Schultz pushed him back. They got in the fisticuffs, so they was fighting with the football team. No one asked for this. No one gives a fuck, okay? I just want to one more time give a round of applause to New York City for telling Andrew Schultz to go fuck himself. Very good. I love it when they do right. I love it when the people do right. And I believe half the people don't know who the fuck Andrew Schultz is, so that's even better. During, I told you, we get right back to Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer is coming to the ring. Jackie Redmond is just super excited, you know, and she's just like, oh my God, what's going on? We're going to find out who our women world champion feels about last week on Raw. So without further ado, come on out, La Primera. And she comes out, everyone's like, rah, 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 rah. And then all of a sudden, Nikki Bella runs out and busts fucking Stephanie Vaquer in the back of her head. And she's rolling in the smoke. Child, all you see is raven-colored hair and high-heel boots just rolling all in the smoke. And Nikki Bella came over and grabbed her by her hair. And she pulled Stephanie Vaquer up and she said, you know, Stephanie, I didn't come back to cheer on the sidelines. I definitely didn't come back to be your sidekick. I came back to be back. What's mine? I want to take it back. And that's this division. She said it like that. Before you say, what the hell? No, that's how she was saying it. So, Mamacita, thank you for reminding me who the hell I am. You're going to be giving me a match with that world championship, and I don't know when and I don't know where, but bitch, you're going to give it to me. And not only that, you will bow down to the women who changed the entire industry. Nikki Bella. That's right. Comprende, Mamacita. I was like, Nikki, girl, ain't you supposed to be half Mexican? What y'all call them people who's like American but don't speak English? Y'all call them no sabro? I heard that on TikTok. Tell me if I'm wrong. We're my Latin cousins. Tell me if I'm wrong when you be talking to them people that don't know how to speak Spanish, but they Latino. We went ahead and got a recap of the Kabuki Warriors winning, and then Charlotte Motherbone walking off on Rhea Ripley's team because she feeling some kind of fucking way. Anyway, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria is backstage. Bayley, girl. The way Bayley is so insignificant in this fucking iteration of pro wrestling is absolutely egregious. Anyway, all you need to know is the Kabuki Warriors came up and they was like, basically, Oscar was like, Bayley, you ain't got shit to do, and we find you cute or whatever. Remember, we was mixing it up and having a good time. Why don't you just go ahead and get on our team? And Bayley was like, what? No. And Oscar was like, all right, then, well, fuck you then, bitch. And Kyrie was like, you can see me. And then Oscar said, Kyrie. And then they ran off. And then Bayley went back to Lyra. And Lyra was like, that is so good, Bayley. You ignored them. That's what you're supposed to do. Let's do our handshake. And Bayley was like, what are we, 5? Come on, dummy. And Lyra's like, what the fuck just happened? Paul Heyman is the special guest on Stephanie McMahon's Cabaret. And John Cena is going to be on the Raw recap with them two ugly ass people. Now, I actually listened to Paul Heyman's podcast on the Cabaret, and I just want to say this real quick. Paul Heyman gave a long story about his mother and her plight in Auschwitz. Okay, and all of the things that she had to go through. And I could not find an empathetic bone in my body because Paul Heyman does not extend empathy to other people. And with that being said, fuck Paul Heyman. That's also the podcast where Stephanie said, I love being called a whore. I was called a crack whore in Chicago. I was also called a slut. But the best one was when they called me like a wet tampon bitch. I loved it. Moving right along. Solo Sikoa, Talatonga in his corner. For what? Why was Talatonga even there? And remember, Solo Sikoa had a mystery guest. And so it got quiet. And we waited. And then all of a sudden, I'm here into the world. I'm here into the world. Come on. I said, is that Dolph Ziggler? Girl, Dolph Ziggler was a special guest. And I said, wait a minute. Wait a motherfucking minute. Didn't I do a podcast basically praising Dolph for not going back to the Fed after they did him any which way but loose? I sure did. And look at Dolph Ziggler. He looked good. Dolph Ziggler got a pop. Them people said Dolph Ziggler, and then it got quiet because we was rooting for Dolph. I don't know the fuck why. Dolph Ziggler came back to get jobbed all the way the fuck out. But it was nice nostalgia. And then you got the fucking commentator talking about a blast from the past. Sir, he just got fired. What are you talking about? Blast from the past. Anyway, I can't help but not give Dolph Ziggler any 10s because you're hypocritical, sir. Did they offer you a bonus? Like, what's going on? Were you that fucking pressed? I would never. You just did what Zack Ryder did. That just screams desperation. As good as you looked, Dolph, you looked healthy, you looked ready to roll. I just can't give you anything. He ended up getting a Samoan spike in the throat, child. And so was Sikoa won, and he is moving on in the Last Time Is Now tournament. A mess. I know for a fact John Cena said he wanted young people to get the opportunities in the Last Time Is Now tournament. What the fuck is going on? This tournament is shaping up to be Trizash. Move right along. Javon Evans vignette. He bouncy. He ready to roll. He about to get in the ring and do all the things. And Javon Evans showed up and showed the fuck out. We'll talk about it. Stephanie McMahon and Lin-Manuel Miranda are in the house. I want to give New York a round of applause because New York was not in here for neither one of them. Thank you. Excellent. They got a more, instead of a yay, they got a oh. Great. Okay. We go into Alexa Bliss standing in the ring with some very sparkly pants. I feel like those pants belong to Mother Bone. I feel like Mother Bone had those pants on. Anyway, Alexa was in the ring and she had a whole lot to say. Alexa said, with her two ponytails, looking as dorky as ever, she said, bring the camera over here. She said, Charlotte, after everything we've been through, I get that you're mad that we lost the tag team titles, yes, but we could have gotten those back. You know what's harder to get back, though? Trust. The trust you and I built. The trust that took 6 weeks for you to even look in my direction. You know, everyone backstage said, don't waste your time with Charlotte Flair. She's not worth it. But I ignored them. You know why? Because I know you. I know you're the one in the inside. Whoop the blang, 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 blang. The Kabuki Warriors is coming down the ring with Nia Jax and Lash Legend. Nia said, girl, it's cute or whatever, but you and your fucking sparkly pants need to shut the fuck up. Asuka said, Alexa Bliss, bake, 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 bake. They got in the ring. Nia said, this is going to be fun because ain't nobody going to come fucking help you. You didn't think that for real, right? So they got in the ring. They whooping Alexa Bliss's ass, child. They about to give it to her. And then we got Rhea Ripley's music hit. She got a nice little pop. Io Sky came out. They came to the ring. They whooping everybody. Everybody getting their ass whipped. Alexa got the forearm, the big, strong punch from Lash Legend. And this is when Mother Bone shows up. I don't know what the fuck she had on. Absolutely the fuck not. Mother Bone's outfit was not giving in any shape, form, or fashion tonight. That red lipstick, excuse me. WrestlePalooza. That red lipstick was not given, okay? It was entirely too much and it was smudged. Either way, she came in with a kendo stick for the save. And so after what you need to know, it was the weirdest fucking ending of this segment. So she's over in the corner after she cleared out the bad guys. She's over in the corner getting Alexa Bliss together, asking her, is she okay? And Alexa's like, yeah. And then they stand up and they look over and we see Rhea Ripley standing next to Io Sky. And then Io Sky grabs Rhea Ripley and like hugs her as if they're in a embrace. And Charlotte like bust out laughing, and then she pointed to Rhea Ripley. And that's the way the segment ended. Listen, Survivor Series is November 29th. We have one more Raw and two more SmackDowns. Okay? Let's wrap this shit up. Moving right along. Stephanie Vaquer will put her WWE Women's Championship on the line against Nikki Bella at Survivor Series. Bella, yes. That Cody Rhodes tongue curse is whooping my ass. Do you think I don't know it? I tried to do my WrestlePalooza. I'm working through it. Bear with me. We got a clip from Tom Rondoli's sit-down interview with John Cena. Just know, on WWE's YouTube channel, the week of John Cena's last match on Saturday Night Main Event, you're going to get to see him do whatever it is he got to do. And word on the street is the President of the United States. And a couple of the diplomats and all them terrible ass Republicans is going to be in the audience. So I don't really know how I feel about that girl. They even said that Vince McMahon's going to show his rubber face up there. So we will have to see if that's true. Anyway, they had some action figures that's going to be on sale for Black Friday. Don't forget, third match, Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Let me tell you something real quick. Becky Lynch wears the same ring outfits. I'm going to need the people down in NXT who need to learn to be frugal. You need to take a book from Becky Lynch because she don't switch shit up. Love the ponytail, though. Anyway, all you need to know is there was a move that Maxine Dupree did where Becky Lynch was bent over and she stepped up on Maxine Dupree and jumped into a leg drop, missed the whole move. The whole match was botchy as fuck. Okay? It was a botch fest. It was a lot of missed moves. But guess who decided to come back? Light it up. So she skips down to the ring. And that just made Becky completely incensed. And this is where Maxine Dupree jumped off the rope, landed on Becky, rolled her up for the 1, 2, 3, and your new WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion is Maxine Dupree. That's right. It is Maxine Dupree. Wow. What can I say? What can I say? Brandon Marshall, Chuck Zito, and Gabriel Iglesias are in the house. I'm never watching anything these guys are doing. I have absolutely no idea why they keep promoting it. Fourth match, Gunther versus Javon Evans. First round match. Last time is now tournament. I'm going to tell you right now, we already knew Gunther was going to win, and that's what makes this the worst. Javon Evans. Money. Do you hear me? Cha-ching. Every time that boy shows up. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. He had that crowd saying, "This is awesome," 2 different ways. This is, all this is. I mean, these people were incensed at the way Javon Evans showed up and showed the fuck out. Give a round of applause. Javon Evans, everybody. That's it. I watched the entire match. Fun. Gunther didn't give nothing different. But Gunther also gave whatever he needed to give, okay? Javon showed up and showed the fuck out. Super proud of Javon. Young man. Loved it. And the crowd was rooting for Javon bad. They was rooting for him so bad, child. The moment he got put in a sleeper hole, when I tell you the sound of yay, it stopped immediately. It was like, yay. That's after the sleeper hole and the ref threw the bell, yay. Complete silence. Gunther got up and left. I think this was a terrible idea. I'm going to just be honest with you. Javon Evans is the up-and-coming star. He is the future. But the only problem is Javon got that fucking melanin. Damn it. That melanin gets him every time. Javon Evans was the highlight of the show. Jackie Redmond, she back there looking like she been chewing on fucking beef jerky. She backstage with AJ Lee and Maxine Dupree, and Maxine said, "Listen, I just want to go ahead and give all kudos to AJ because she's the reason why I won." And AJ said, no. You did all of that. I just had to come back and get Becky Lynch together. And then Otis and Tozawa came and got Maxine so they could go, I guess, have a menage a trois, because that's what Jackie Redmond alluded to. She said they're going to go celebrate, like, what do you mean, bitch? Anyway, Jackie Redmond asked AJ, she was like, "AJ, are you here to stay or what, girl? Like, what the fuck are you doing?" AJ, she was like, "Well, I don't like a bully, okay? And I just came here to put Becky Lynch in her place. The whole reason I came back was to help my son, And I just feel like a lot of things are going on, and I got a lot of things going on, Jackie." And then we pan over. And then she walks over with Jackie Redmond, and it's the big giant Mother Leather. No, not Mother Leather. Mother Goth was that her name? Mother. Yes. What was Rhea Ripley's mother? Oh no, I done forgot, child. Anyway, I think it was Mother Panties. It was Mother Leather. Yes, it was. Yes, it was late. It's late. It's too many mothers. Mother Leather showed up. Everybody started cheering. She said, "AJ, me and EO Sky, we rented a room down at the Ritz-Carlton here in New York City, right on 5th Avenue. How about you come and let's have a conversation?" AJ was like, "Bitch, you ain't got to ask me but one time." And then they started tongue kissing and walked right off the damn screen, child. I couldn't believe what I saw. I could not believe what I saw. Yes, they did. That's what I saw. Anyway, you already know AJ Lee about to be added to the War Games match, okay? Apparently one more is missing for the bad guys, and we're just waiting for Charlotte Flair and AJ Lee to be added to the good guys. I don't know who else they would add to the bad guys for the women's war games. Who do you think they're gonna add to the bad guys for the women's war games? Like, I'm completely stumped. Who else could they add? They could add Roxanne, Raquel Rodriguez. Is that her name? Yes. Yes, Raquel, the big one. Yeah. It's late. I have a brain fog. Yeah, they could add her. I don't know who else, who could be returning that they could add to the bad guys war game side. Child, I don't fucking know. Anyway, I guess we can talk about that later. We got a brand new teaser. Of course, right after AJ Lee went to go do a menage a trois at the Ritz with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley, the brand new teaser is now CM Punk is the spotlight, and he basically said, "Listen, I'm not the dealer, and I'm definitely not a mark. But one thing you need to know is I'm the best in the world." Okay, girl, you ain't got no lips. That is absolutely atrocious. Next week on Raw, last time is now tournament final, quarterfinals begin. We got Gunther. He's either going to battle Carmelo Hayes or Bronson Reed. It's probably going to be Bronson Reed because Carmelo, too much melanin, bruh. It ain't finna happen. Solo Sikoa is going to go against most likely Penta. It's between Penta and Finn Balor. Plus, there's going to be a War Games advantage match because we already got both sides of the men's War Games sorted out. We'll touch on that. Now we have the final face-off. I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't paying attention. All I know is Brock Lesnar returned. So on the bad guys, we got Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre, okay, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Logan Paul. On the good guys, we got Jimmy and Jay Uso, Jimmy Uso, Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk, and a returning Roman Reigns. So Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar faced off. They stared at each other for a significant amount of time. And Brock, listen, the man big, and he was really fast tonight. He ran them ropes and got super punched out the ring. He grabbed his face and was laughing, and it was a whole fisticuffs. Somehow, New York Police Department, not really, they showed up, and Roman speared Bronson Reed and two cops through the side, the awning or whatever, and Bronson Reed's stomach was hanging out, and it was real big. Okay? The one thing I have to complain about is Roman wasn't looking all that great tonight. The outfit wasn't given. His shoes looked like two boats. And I was just like, I don't appreciate it. I know those are probably like some famous basketball player shoes or whatever, but they're not Jordans. Jordans just be hitting better. And I thought Roman had his own sneaker any fucking way, so I'm confused. Brock Lesnar did give a couple F5s to CM Punk, and he gave some F5s to Cody Rhodes. I did enjoy the F5s to Cody Rhodes. He was really tossing his ass around the ring. And it looked like CM Punk took one real good. And I was like, take it easy, Brock. You know that motherfucker is fragile. And that is the way the show went off tonight. That's it. That is it. We will talk more about the War Games on a next episode. Also, look out for the PWI. I sat down and talked about the women's list. I'm not really interested in the men. The women's list, okay? Because let's be honest, women's pro wrestling is actually hot right now. We also should talk about that. That's a real conversation to be had. Get into all of my other content, guys. Would I tell you to go back and watch this show? No. You're not missing anything. Unless you want to see Rhea Ripley and AJ Lee tongue each other down as she accepts the menage a trois invitation down at the Plaza Hotel in New York City tonight so she could talk herself into getting on the War Games team. Maybe you could go back and watch that. Don't do it. I'm just joking. That really didn't happen. But what if it did? But guess what? As usual, say it with me. That's all I got. I ain't got no more.